Hello everybody and welcome back to my reviewer channel. I know it's been a very long time since you guys have seen my beautiful and lovely face, but I'm back, I'm here. Anybody who knows me in real life knows that I have a really short attention span, so being consistent is one thing that I'm really trying to work on here. I'm getting there, but I actually wanted to try something different for my channel. I want to, pause on, not necessarily pause on the bookmaking, but I want to, review something else other than the books, if that makes sense. I'm trying to keep my consistency there because, like, once I keep doing one thing, I'm gonna get bored. So I'm trying to shift my view on something else so I can be consistent for y'all and post for y'all and just love on y'all like y'all love on me. So let's get into it. So the show that I'm going to be reviewing today is The Lioness. Now I was supposed to be doing this review with somebody else, but waiting on them was going to take forever, child. So I'm gonna just do it, and they can catch you on the next review. I don't got time for waiting on nobody. But yeah, the show is called Lioness, and it is on Paramount Plus. That's where I watched it, on Paramount Plus. And actually, this show is absolutely amazing. Like, I love Zoe. Like, I just love her, and everything about this show is amazing. Now let's get into it, bro. Now the first character, we're gonna go with Morgan Freeman. We're gonna go with Morgan Freeman, Secretary of the State. Now he actually irritated me. He didn't really irritate me, but he was more of like a I'm the boss type of thing. Like during the beginning of the show, he just wanted to give everybody a hard time. And I wasn't really liking that. But then towards the end of the show, he was like, yeah, you know what? Do this and I'm going to catch the fall for it because it's something he really wanted to do. I feel like he was more like maybe like a chill, laid back person as long as you didn't get caught. Like if you didn't get caught, then you're good. Like if you fall down, you falling by yourself. Just know I'm not falling with you. But then towards the end of the show, he's like, I'm taking the fall. Y'all got it. Just do what y'all gotta do. I'm falling. So I feel like his just views shifted, and I like that. I like that. Next, we have this man. This man, he actually was a really good character in the show. But one thing I can say I did not like about him is the way he treated his family. Like when he was at home, like I think it was in season two or was it season one? I think it was season two where he was at home, his home life, and I don't like the way he was treating his family. He like work is work and life is life, but at the same time, you can definitely respect them like you respect your job. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. But when he was at work, and I loved that about him. He stood up for his people. He stood up for his organization, and I love that. Next, we have this lady. Now, this lady was bad. This lady was bad. Okay, I loved her. I loved her to the T. But one thing she told Joe in the show was that she didn't want a husband and wife relationship like her and her husband. But honestly, their relationship from the show, I liked. Like, I actually liked their relationship. They talked about their kids. I didn't. There was no sight of their kids, but they talked about their kids, and I'm assuming they had a bad relationship for their kids. But her and her husband's relationship, I feel like I liked the most because he helped her when he needed to help her, and she helped him when she needed to help him. So I feel like their business was, I mean, their marriage was business, but at the same time, I liked it. It was no tit for tat. I actually liked their relationship. But her character in the show, as for her job life, man, if Zoe wasn't my favorite characters, her right here, she ate down. She ate down. She played the mess out of that role, and I just love her for that. Love her. Next, we have this man, which is her husband. I really like her husband. I believe this is the same man that was in the meetings too. I'm not really sure if that was the same man that were in the meetings. They looked the same, so if they weren't, but I liked her husband. because her husband ate down. He helped her when he needed to help her. He stepped in when he needed to step in. Other than that, they didn't have no communication, no love. It was no love. It wasn't love at all. But he still was there for his wife when he needed to be there for his wife. And I like that. I like that. You know? Just mwah. Next we have this lady. This lady, she acted like she was the boss of something, and I just didn't like her. I really didn't like her. When a mission was a go, or a mission was this, or a mission was that, as soon as she gets to talking, I know something messed up. I know something is messed up because she's always doing something she ain't supposed to be doing. She's always like I'm gonna say, like, she's never a yes. She's never a yes to go for it. She's always a no. Even when the mission was already in go, she would turn around and be like, "Oh, well, there's a problem." Well, you wasn't. There was no problem then when you said yes, but now there's a problem. I feel like there was like a good cop, bad cop, and she was definitely the bad cop. Now we have Joe. Man, Joe. I have a lot to say about Joe because she is basically the main character. In the beginning of the show, she was bad. Like, she was really like a badass, all around badass. Sorry for cussing y'all. But then towards the end of the show, I feel like she softened a little bit, and she said it in the show because she got to know her family, and her family connection got stronger, so her heart's starting to get stronger too. But for what the job she has to leave all of that at the door. No heart, no none of that. But in the situation she wanted to be a family woman. She wanted to be one. And in this job, I feel like you can either do one or the other. So in the beginning of the movie, in the beginning of the season, she was doing her job and she was doing it well. She was doing amazing. Towards the end of the season, she was doing amazing too, but I feel it was more of heartfelt decisions and rather than decisions that she needed to make. Like with those children that they rescued, I feel like that was off of a emotion and not as her job description. Her job description was not to save them children. That was not the mission. And yeah, she just got soft. She really just got soft towards the end. And I'm glad the show ended like that because I couldn't take her just going. She was literally crashing. She was having a downward spiral. And it was her family's fault. Like, what the? Y'all know this woman. Y'all don't know what she's doing, but y'all basically kind of can piece them together, and y'all still want to be a hard time for this lady. She's trying to do a job here, like respect it. I just feel like her family had no respect for her or her job. But towards the end of the movie, when they started to like get to know Joe better. They did, but that cost her. That almost cost her everything. So I just feel like her family is really the main cause of her crashing. This man, this man, I feel would have been a better fit for Joe on like the job perspective because I love their love hate relationship. I love their connection. I just see him and Joe together. He really gave Joe a hard time, but it was for a good reason. And half the time, I really was siding with him. I don't know. It was just something about him that I feel was a great fit for him. And yeah, he was great. All amazing, great character. Now this man, Joe's husband, I didn't feel was a great fit for Joe because he didn't like her job. And if you knew what you were getting into before you married her, then after you married her isn't the thing. And I just feel like he resented her for not being home with the kids like he was. But at the same time, you knew what she was before you married her, before you had kids for her. So him giving her a hard time I feel was very much unnecessary. Not unnecessary, but kind of unfair because you already knew what she was. Not knew, but kind of knew what she was. And him calling her on the missions, knowing she's on the missions, knowing that that could kill her, I feel was very not unsensitive. I can't find the word that I'm looking for, but I didn't like that. You know you're not supposed to call her when she's out, but you call her anyway when there's a problem. That what got that on the first season. What got the Lioness in trouble the first time because they were in the club and he had called her and the scene had broke out. It had broke out and she lost the Lioness because she was on the phone with him. She was dealing with the problems at home when she was on a mission, and that almost cost the Lioness her. That it almost cost the Lioness what she had. Like I didn't really like that part because he calls her knowing that he's not supposed to call her, distracts her from a mission, almost getting a Lioness raped. Sorry, just raped. And I didn't that season was a rough one. It was a rough one for everybody, especially Joe. And her husband knew that, and he still added more to her plate. And that's why I say the man before was a better fit for her than him. Now her children, let's get into her children. The little one, a complete angel. But the other one, oh my goodness, she was a complete handful. I know teenagers can be teenagers sometimes, but honestly, they were doing the best they could. They were definitely doing the best they could. I didn't like the way she talked to both of her parents. I didn't like any of that. And I feel like she got away with a lot of stuff she shouldn't have got away with. But honestly, they didn't hit their children in the show. But I feel like their parenting was okay. I like their parenting for what I seen in the show. I like their parenting. But as far as this little the teenager right there, she had a lot of growing up and a lot of lesson learning to do. And I feel like towards the end of the season, she learned her lesson. She learned her lesson and she started being respectful to her parents. And I just like that. I like that kumbaya. He was actually my second favorite on the tactical team because he actually, I don't know what it was, but he was funny. He was really funny. He was really funny, and he was kind of liking the Lioness on the second season. He was kind of getting into the talking stages with her, and the whole time she was gay. Maybe she was bi. I'm not sure, but whole time she didn't even swing his way, but he was swinging her way though. He was definitely swinging her way, and that's the only reason why he's in this presentation. And actually, when they was doing that shootout in the second season, man, what? He ate that down. He ate that down. But the only reason he's in the Shy Show is because he had that little moment with the second Lioness in season 2. Next, we have the first Lioness. We have the first Lioness Cruise. And actually, I liked Cruz up until the point that she got into the Lioness program. I feel like with her and her ex-boyfriend, great, amazing. I love that she beat that man with an iron skillet. But Joe was only trying to save this girl's life. She was trying to give this girl a chance. And the fact that the mission was over in season 1 and they got on that boat and she only hit Joe, Joe was only following orders. She was only following orders. She didn't hit that white lady. Oh no, she didn't hit that white lady, but she hit Joe though. But she hit Joe. If you really had a problem, you really hit the white lady because the white lady was the one. She's the head of Joe. So if you really had a problem, you could have hit her. You could have hit her, but she didn't. You hit Joe. Why was that? Why did you hit Joe? Like it was giving that you pick and choose who you hit. And Joe wasn't the one. She wasn't that. She wasn't that at all. She proved it. But what the Lioness program did to her was kind of her fault. Who told you to fall in love with the target? Well, mark or whatever they called it. You fell in love with her and had sex with her. Like, and then expected. What did you expect? Like, your mission was to break this girl's heart to begin with, to kill her father. And you thought sleeping in bed with her was going to help you get closer to that mission? Absolutely not. Either way, she was going to end up heartbroken. Now that you slept with her, you're going to end up heartbroken too. You're adding the pain to you. So I just feel like she did that to herself. And then on the second season, she wanted to sleep with the lioness again. Like, I don't feel like she should be head of anything because she likes to sleep with people that she shouldn't be sleeping with at all. Like, what, girl? You like, she, I have nothing to say to her. She shouldn't be the head of anything because she's gonna keep sleeping with females, and I don't know, man. She just gave me a headache. She really did. She really honestly did. Next, we have this girl. Now, this girl, the mark for season one, I actually felt bad for because she was really just living her life. She was young, and then Cruz comes along and just drops the whole mess on her life. Lies to her, been lying to her. She really opened up to this girl and she killed her dad. She had sex with her and everything, and she just killed her dad. So this girl, I actually feel bad for her because she's innocent. She knows nothing. She's really innocent. But Cruz, on the other hand, I don't feel bad for her because she knew what she was getting into. This girl didn't. Next, we have this agent. This agent from season two. Now, here's the problem what I had with this agent. He could have just told the truth from the beginning. Like, you wanted to hop on the bandwagon, but you aren't even on the bandwagon yourself. He just created problems after problem after problem with no solution. Hitting that warehouse with those children was a problem. His problem. He created. Didn't have any solutions. Oh, let's go get the kids. Okay, he has intel to go get the kids. Go get the kids. More problems. And he couldn't have the solution. So I feel whatever came to him, he had coming. He definitely had coming. Because why? Why on earth would you not say something? Oh, you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this under the books this and under the books that. I didn't believe him either. So whatever he had come in, it had come in. I didn't like him. Now Bobby was my favorite, my first favorite. She was funny. Bro, she was funny. She was team leader. She was funny. She ate. She still lied. Like on the last fight, she had a red eye, but she was still there. She was still with us. That's all that mattered. Now her ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, I didn't even know she swung that way. But they two together were hilarious. But that's the only reason why she's on here. Because they're hilarious. I couldn't even see them together. I couldn't even see them together. And I just feel like them I don't know. Like their relationship, their bond was funny and I liked it. I enjoyed it. I love you, Bobby. Come again, Bobby. We love you. Mwah. Oh yeah, I was just talking about him. This is Tracer. Tracer was Bobby's ex ex man, and he was also a sort of a kind of leader too, I guess, for the unit, if I'm not mistaken. And I feel that whatever Bobby lacked, he picked up. So I don't see them as a couple, but like working together with like planning and tactical and all of that stuff. He actually did a pretty good job. He had pretty solid plans. And yeah, they went through pretty solid. I liked him. I loved him actually. He was good. This girl, I absolutely hated. I don't know what was it. I know what it was about her. I just hated her. She didn't do what she needed to do. She was just yapping. She was all talk, no bite. All bark, no bite. You were so-called a helicopter pilot, but when you got a chance to pilot, you was only in the air for not even 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. Actually, that was Cruz's fault. Cruz was supposed to be shooting. Shooting what? Bro, she didn't shoot. That helicopter wasn't even in the air for 5 minutes. I felt like Cruz hopped in that helicopter to be with her, not her girl, but to be with her to make sure that she was good. But that's not what Cruz needed to be at that moment, because obviously, as we've seen, the helicopter went flying down pretty fast, really, really fast. So I feel that helicopter going down was Cruz's fault. Was Cruz's fault, and that I feel like the helicopter, I don't know. She drove the helicopter. It was pretty good. I just don't like her character. Um, just don't like her character. And whatever she did, whatever she touched, just rotten, rotten to the core. And I didn't like her. I still don't like her. And this is Cruz. Cruz slept with her. Did she sleep with her? They have feelings. They have really good feelings for each other. I don't think they slept with each other. I don't know. Next. Now, y'all, if y'all have any thoughts on this show, y'all can always comment. If y'all feel like what I said is wrong, y'all can always comment too. Please like, please subscribe to my channel. I will definitely start being more active, okay? I might do another review next week, but I'm still watching the show, y'all. This show I'm gonna be doing next week is probably, it might be in a couple of more weeks, but y'all, this show is juicy. But forget all that. I love y'all. Thank y'all for the love and support and for still being here with me with my inconsistencies. But thank you guys for watching, and see you next time on the Review It channel.